Hey, how's it going, guys? So I just got a new DJI Osmos Action. I'm still learning how to use it, so bear with me if I flip the camera around and do some weird stuff and it doesn't look like I know what I'm doing, because I don't. But want to give it a try and do my first video with it. I just got a newer truck, new to me. It's a 2014 Ford F350, and I'm gonna try to turn the camera around here. Hold it in. Alright. There she is in all of her glory. So it's a 2014 F350 Lariat. I would say it's fully optioned out. I'm sure there's probably a few options it's probably missing, but so here's a quick little walk around for you. I'm just gonna go right to my favorite feature. I mean, if you guys are familiar with Fords or whatever, it might be boring to you, but some of you may know I have a Dodge 2005 Ram 2500 5.9, and it's a stick shift, and my knees are shot from being in the Army, so I had to get something more comfortable for everyday use that's automatic. And this feature right here is not something that I knew about it, but it wasn't something that I was like, all right, I gotta have a truck that has this. But now that I've tried it and I've seen how it works, I'm pretty sold on it. So I lubed it up a little bit with some WD-40. It was a little stiff, but you just pull it out, set down, flip this up, pull this little lever, put your handle up, locks in. I mean, this thing's really sturdy too. I've really pulled on it real hard. So step right up, and man, that is freaking awesome getting in and out. The same way going down, you got the nice handle to hold on to. Step right on out of there. Close this, shove it in. Real easy. Pull up on this, set it down. And that's it. This truck doesn't have that fancy, soft let down. I don't know what that feature is called, but I'm sure they have that in the newer ones. But it's got the heavy duty tow package in the back. It's got backup sensors, and they work pretty good. Backup camera there underneath the circle the problem sign. I joke, but I'm not really brand biased. I did buy this truck. I was trying to find a nice clean truck, didn't have too much wrong with it. I'm kind of picky about damage, but as you can see, that's really like the only major damage on this truck that I could find. Frame. I got this truck from, as you can see, it's relatively pretty clean. I'll show you the other side. I bought this truck down in Hanover, PA. They don't really see too much snow and stuff down there, but so now you can see in the front end here, I've got to do some work and touch this stuff up, and get prepared for this seating, so I don't want to have my truck rot away on me. I'm going to open up the hood for you guys. I'm sure you guys have probably all seen a 6.7 Powerstroke engine before, but I'll show you what we got under here. Pretty bare bones. It's got a H&S Mini Max on it. I don't really know much about them. S&B cold air intake. Probably due for a cleaning. Everything in here is pretty clean. This truck, I did buy it deleted. I don't know if I should say that on YouTube. Maybe it's EPA will come after me. Who knows? I don't know. This is my first truck that, it came with emissions, and then someone deleted them. My 2005 Dodge doesn't have any emissions on it, except for, I think I might have had a catalytic converter, but I sure don't now. Got your plug-in down here. Plug it in when it gets, below like 10 degrees and you don't want to go outside. Oh, so there's a dent in the back, and then one, I bought it and it didn't, one of the lights didn't work here, and one of the cab lights was out. And then the reverse light, I don't know, someone spliced into that and didn't, who knows. I fixed it though. The fog lights I have not fixed yet. I don't know what the deal is with them. I tried plugging them in. They don't work. The light comes on when you turn the switch on in the inside, but neither one of these lights light up. I've had a GT50 and a GT350 Shelby Mustang, and I really wasn't impressed with the overall build quality. So far, I've driven this truck for a week. I've been pretty impressed overall, inside and outside, with the build quality, and that says a lot coming from me because I'm really picky about that. But you know, this thing's 6 years old now. I mean, you got a little bit of bubbling right there, but you know, as far as Ford quality goes, they did a pretty good job with this one. I'm sure it's probably a whole different division, you know, like there's Ram and there's Dodge and there's kind of some separation there. It's like a subsidiary. But, you know, and Ford often has a lot of issues with body lines, and I really don't notice too much being off on this truck. Everything lines up pretty good. I mean, this plastic stuff's a little off, but that's not really a big deal. The bed, it needs to be lined with some kind of liner. I'm gonna have that done hopefully before winter hits. That left white light up there, it kind of goes out here and there sometimes. There's like something loose up in there, but overall this is I'm really impressed with this truck. I was a little nervous about it. I'm not really, you know, too comfortable with the Fords, but this thing, oh, and the mirror, this, I don't know if somebody replaced this with a a non-automatic one, but these are supposed to telescope with the button, so I just have this one just always out. But you'll see, I'll mess with the buttons in there. And then it has, this kind of threw me off because my grandpa's old truck, you know, had hubs you had to lock in to put it in four-wheel drive. I guess this one, when it's in this setting, let's see, yeah, it's in auto right now. So I guess when it's in that setting, they're sort of unlocked. I'm sure somebody will probably school me on this in the comments, but when they're in this setting, you can use the switch in the inside. I guess you can just be damn sure they're locked in when you lock them in manually. Lock them in that way, I don't know. I know the old stuff, I know that you had to just, to get in four-wheel drive at all, you had to come out there and lock those in. You get stuck in a mud hole or you had to have your buddy, you know, grab them by the feet and let them hang over the edge and try to lock them suckers in while you're stuck in the hole, if you weren't smart enough to lock them in before. But yeah, everything's stock. It means deleted. Got a little box tuner on it. I'll show you that. That I'm not really too impressed with. I mean, they came with the truck, so for now I just kind of run it, and then I'll probably do some custom tuning later. I don't plan to do anything crazy power wise with this truck. It's pretty nice as is. I don't really have any desire to try to blow people's doors off. Oh, and then if you know Fords, you're familiar with this feature too. You lock it with these, and hopefully you guys don't come steal my truck, but yeah, I'm just not going to show you my password, but you put your code in, unlocks all the doors, so you pretty much can never lock your keys in here, so that's a really nice feature. Alright, so for the interior, that's one thing I don't like about the Fords. I don't like that stupid dinging. It's really annoying. I'm sure I've heard of this whole forescan stuff and everything. You can go in there and put it into, they call it police mode or something like that, where it doesn't do that, and it keeps the cab lights from going on and off when you open up the doors. Alright, inside, So I'm gonna turn the ignition on. Here's your telescoping. Like I said, that one doesn't work, but this one, see. And I noticed if you have it like fully extended out, the mirror adjustment doesn't really like to work that well. So you want to have them like all the way out and then come in like just a little bit. You got your memory seat settings here. There's 2 positions, and you got your standard switcher there with the windows, both passenger and driver's auto. I will say that I'll show you here, the window here is like, it's really aggressive when you put it down. I don't know if you guys can, I don't know, maybe I'm just being picky. See, that one doesn't seem as bad, but I don't know, this one is just, maybe it's a little off track or something, but it's not a big deal. But everything in the inside works in this truck. I mean, the sunroof, it works beautiful. It's got tilt function. You press it once, it goes all the way back. Press it once, bring it in, it comes all the way back. You don't have to hold it in. You got your power sliding window. This truck has nav. I haven't really used the nav in this truck too much. I just use my phone just because I like to use Waze and stuff like that. I wish that I know the newer ones have Sync 3 and you can use Apple CarPlay. This one, unless I'm mistaken, I don't know that it has Apple CarPlay. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm pretty sure this is the Sync 2 version. But this truck already came with this, and I had this in my other vehicles, so it worked out for me. I just throw my phone up there, plug her in, good to go. Here's the HNS. So whoever installed this freaking sucks. They didn't wire it up so that it comes on and off with a key. So you pretty much have to plug it in and then remember to unplug it, or it'll stay on when your battery dead. And then if you leave it plugged in like this and you shut the truck down and restart it again while it's still on, then the boost and the speed won't read for some reason. So not too impressed with that thing, but that has nothing really to do with the truck itself. The truck itself is, I'm really pleased with this truck. Build quality inside, I mean, you got your cheap plastics and stuff, but I mean, for 6 years, I think it's held up pretty well, and it all depends on your ownership too. The vents are really nice. I like these spinnable vent style like this. They look good, they work, they're functional. You got your integrated brake controller. I haven't towed with this thing yet. I'm going to, and I imagine it's going to be freaking awesome compared to towing with the Cummins. I'm not knocking on the Cummins. This thing's just really, it's built well and refined and, you know, newer and smoother. I like my steering wheel controls. I don't have that in the Dodge. It's older. They work really good. This is your,
please say a command.
Yeah, that. Now she's probably gonna yell at me. Anyways, one thing I wish is that there was a digital speedometer. I know first world problems, whatever, but I like having a digital speedometer, and then when I forget to turn that thing off and on and it doesn't work, it kind of makes me mad. There's no digital speedometer there, and then there's no, unless I tried to figure it out, but I couldn't figure out a way to bring up a digital speedometer on the, it'll show you what the speed limit is sometimes, you know, where it shows you on GPS what the speed limit is in that section if it has it, but it doesn't tell you your current speed, you know. Then you have to rely on the old school analog. I know it's awful, huh? But anyways, you got there's really not much of a gauge mode. I mean, you go into gauge mode and it has that and pretty much that. I think maybe the FX4, I don't know much about those. I think they might have some extra gauges, but you got your normal trip gauges that you can reset. I mean, everything's pretty easy to use. Fuel economy, It sucks. I never drove this truck before it wasn't deleted, so I don't know. People say it makes a difference. I wouldn't know. It definitely has worse fuel economy than my Dodge, but I expected that. This is cool. It has like your roll and cross roll, your grade and everything, and I guess it shows you if you're in transfer cases locked up. Settings, I'm not going to go through all that stuff. I mean, it's you can go through that if you get a truck like this. There's really nothing too interesting in there. Got your boost gauge on the top, coolant, trans temp, fuel, and then your tack. It's pretty straightforward. I want to talk about the shifting. So when you're going down the road and you have it in drive, you can press the down button and it'll bring up, let's see if it'll show you here. Alright, so you see it there in manual mode. You see like the gears on the side. So if you're in drive and you hit down, it'll bring up all your gears on the right side here. And when you're in drive and you're going down a hill and you know well in advance you're coming up to a stop, you can hit the down button and it'll bring up your gears and you can shift down. Now I will say when you do this when it's in drive, it's a little slow. So like if you know well in advance you're coming up to a stop, you can use this and ease your way down without having to, jump on the brakes, and it slows you down pretty good. This truck doesn't, a 2014 doesn't have there's a button here on the 2015 and up for the manual exhaust braking. It closes the vanes in the turbo and puts back pressure on the truck. From what I understand in my research, the 11 through 14 has exhaust brake function, but it's all automatic. So the computer does all that stuff itself. So when you downshift, it'll hold you back, and it has some exhaust braking with closing turbo vanes. But like I said, drive mode, when you're shifting down, it's a little slower, but you can still do it. Now in manual mode, when you shift up and down with these buttons here, it's a lot more, it's quicker and it's more crisp, and it works great. I mean, there's no transmission. This thing is not very harsh at all. This thing freaking sliding through the gears with the column shifter can be a little bit cumbersome and takes a little bit of getting used to. I mean, it'll slide through them like butter if you're not paying attention. So you got to be making sure that you got a good hand on it or whatever, and you're stopping it where you want it to. Let's see what else. I haven't really messed with this truck and taken the traction control off. 4-wheel drive with the hubs and auto. So far I've tried it and it engages quite smooth. I was actually really impressed with it. There's no harsh engagements at all in this truck. Ride quality, it's an F350, it rides stiff. That's all I'm gonna say. But with that said, for an F350, that I would say it rides pretty smooth. Like going down the road, it's not harsh at all unless you're hitting some really bad bumps, and then it can be a little rough and shake you around. Let's talk about power outlets. Oh, and then this doesn't really bother me too much, but it doesn't really quite line up there. But we'll start up here. You got your aux cables here, audio and video. Right now there's an SD card in here for the nav. It's got all the maps loaded onto it. You got 2 USBs. And you got a 12-volt cigarette plug in there. So there's 1, 2, 3 points of power there. 4, 5. This is like a house outlet, 110, 150 watt. 6, cigarette plug in. 7. 8, that's another house plug-in right here that I know is kind of dark. And then another cigarette plug-in, 9. 9 points of plugging in your devices that you can power on. It's crazy. This thing has it's pretty wild how many power outlets it has. I wish that at least one of these house outlets, you know, being a diesel like this, it has a heavy duty alternator. I really wish this was like at least 400 or 300 watt. I did try to plug in my drone multi-charger. It charges all my batteries at once, and it did not like it. It would keep on shutting off. I haven't tried using a single battery charger. I'd imagine that probably works fine. You know, regular phone chargers and stuff like this, it works good. But I do wish that this was a 400 watt. I'm pretty sure some of the Fords have the house outlets with a 400 watt supply. These are nice too. I don't have them hooked up to anything yet, but it's nice to have these integrated integrated switches and the brake controller. Storage. It's got like 2 different shelves right here. I love the storage in this truck. I've got like my business cards up in here in this little tray here. 4 cup holders. I mean, you got 4 there, 2 there, and I think maybe there's some in this thing that comes down. Yeah, we got 8 cup holders here and a little tray there for the kids, I guess. It's crazy. This thing has amazing storage, and I love the little side compartments here. There's one on the other side. You know, show all my junk in there. This thing's really nice too. Got some 9mm rounds in there. Pull this out. Big deep dish in there. I love the storage in this truck. It keeps me very organized. It's got my traffic wand in there for the fire department. Got flares over there. And just the overall like inside of this truck is beautiful. I mean, you got your nice fake wood grain here, and I love this. I was looking at everything from 2010, 2015 Chevys, Rams, all of them, and I drove one of these. I went to go buy one, and it was a bag of crap. There was freaking holes in the bed, dents everywhere, and stuff leaking. I wasn't about it, so I walked away. But I'm really happy with this one. This one is perfect. Basically a little sunglass holder there. But yeah, so the sound system, I have a Taurus Show also, and it has the Sony surround sound system. I'm pretty sure it's about the same setup in this thing. You got your, you know, little tweeters there, and there's a sub behind the seats there. I saw when I had the seats down. I guess I should show you that too, you know, how the seats go down and everything. But the sound system in this thing is top notch. It's on, like, I don't have any reason to go down to the sound shop and upgrade anything in this truck. I mean, it's not gonna freaking rattle your teeth or anything, but it hits good and very good quality. I'm gonna show you guys the back. I've sat in the back just to sit in there and see how it is, and there's quite a bit of room back there. It's more than the Dodge. The Dodge is a quad cab. This is not a super cab, but a crew cab, I believe. It's your diesel, and then you could key in that thing, I guess, if you want. It's not going to do anything. It's not hooked up. No emissions on this truck. I ain't got time for that. Got all kinds of dog hair in here, but you can get these optioned out in the Lariat package with there'll be like a switch right here for rear heated seats. You got another door speaker there. I think that there's a bigger door speaker, maybe not. All right, but anyways, so to pull the backs down, you got to pull this lever. Bear with me, I'm trying to do this all one hand. So pull that lever, comes down, and you got your spare tire changing stuff back there, and your child anchors, all that stuff. You gotta, I really wish it wouldn't lock. I mean, there's probably a reason or whatever, but it locks when you put them down, so you have to like press this lever again to put them back up. Pull this up, brings the bottom up, and you have this huge tray right here. And what's nice about these trays, I mean, you could probably bust through this if you really wanted to, but there's a lock. So I don't know if you're trying to be shady and go through New York State or somewhere that doesn't honor your carry permit, probably get away with. Yeah, I'm not going to recommend that, but you get what I mean. Anything you don't want anybody to get their hands on or whatever, lock it up in there, kids or whatever. Plenty of space. Got a bunch of drone and tools, junk back here, and you got, it's really nice for your passengers back here. These actually work. You know, there's some vehicles out there, the rear vents are real weak, whatever. These blow fairly decent, and they do a really good job. The AC works good in this truck too, by the way. I already showed you guys this. I've never really been into step rails, but I love them on this truck. They look nice. They hold. I've had my dad stand on them. He's like 260 pounds, and they don't really flex too bad. I'll let you guys hear this thing. I'll rev it up a little bit for you. I mean, this. I'll show you this. I should have left that seat down. But anyways, that's the sub right there. If I had that seat down there, you'd be able to see it better. It's a big sub speaker back there. I'm sure my dog loves it when I'm playing something a little harder and you got your seat pockets. This truck is very clean and very nice on the inside. I love it. So, oh, I need new tires too, by the way, but I mean, that's whatever. I've got rims and tires on mine up. Yeah. So, the turbo on this truck, apparently on the 11 through 14s, turbo is the weakest link. I've read many forums and stuff where they say, you know, it's whatever, if you keep it stock, treat it good, it'll treat you good. Blah blah blah, whatever. I'm not really into hot rodding my trucks anymore. I guess if I want to do that, I can do that with the Dodge when I want to go out and play. But so far, oh, and the Carfax said that there's some turbo service done. I'd assume it's probably just replaced or something. But anyways, they're supposed to be like the weakest link of this truck for this year. They upgraded the 2015 to a different turbo, a little bit bigger, better design. But on the 11 through 14s, there's somebody will probably crucify me for calling it this, but I would say it's kind of like a compound turbo all in one unit, I guess. So there's like 2 turbines on the intake side and 1 on the exhaust side. So there's, you know, like a smaller one and then a bigger intake all on the same side. And so that compresses it, and then it compresses it again, like a compound setup. And the reason that they did this is for quick response, quick spooling. I get that. It's great. But I guess if you really juice these trucks up, they can't take too much. They spin really fast, and you can really like overspin them. So if you get a stock truck like this, 11 through 14, you don't want to apply too much. I have this on street, and I don't push it too hard. You know, I get on it, I roll into the throttle real nice and smooth. And anyways, I'm gonna let you guys open up the back window here. So I'm gonna get on the throttle and then off of it, and you guys will hear the blow off. She's not too smoky, but she'll let a little puff if you get onto it real good. But it's nothing crazy like the Dodge, where if you just lug it real hard, you can't even see behind you. Overall, it's a really clean truck. The turbo noises are just freaking menacing. You go down through town or whatever, and you just get on the throttle, and it makes that blow off noise like every time you let off the throttle. And I feel like sometimes it can be a little annoying, but most of the time, I don't know, it makes me happy. I like noises. Obviously, I mean, my channel is loud just cause, and the reason I like loud stuff is, well, it's because I do. That's all there is to it. But yeah, I don't really know. I think I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover on this truck. I just wanted to show you guys the truck and do like a walkthrough and show you everything it's got going on with it and what I think of it. I don't want to sit here and say that I mean, to be honest, I like this truck better than the Dodge. I think I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but I'd never get rid of my Dodge. I love that truck. But this one is just, everything's nice in it. It's really comfortable. I mean, I drove this thing for 5 hours straight, and I was completely content. I love it. The sound system's great. Everything works in it good. It's a smooth truck. Transmission's smooth. I don't have to worry about shifting, clutching, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have an F350, 350, 450, 6.7 Powerstroke, whatever, let me know your experiences. I'm really, oh, I don't think you guys probably already saw, but I did buy like a little bit higher mileage truck. It's 170,000 just about, but it doesn't scare me on this truck. I researched this engine quite a bit, and it seems pretty stout. I'm not worried about the miles. I should be able to put on another 150 to 200 plus thousand miles on this thing without an issue, compared to what I've been seeing. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with this truck other than like the little stuff like the fog lights, whatever. But who cares? And if you guys noticed, I've got a friend who's like works in the Ford service department, and he was telling me he noticed that this is gone. I didn't really notice it, but there's a skirt or air dam, whatever you want to call it, that goes, it's like right there. But apparently that's a functional thing. He said that they overheat or whatever, like if you tow hard with them. I haven't noticed any issues, but I also haven't towed with it yet. But I don't know. I guess if I notice some overheating, I'll get that air dam, but I don't really see any reason to get it right now. It's not on my list of things to do. I just want to take care of this truck. I want to get the oil changed, get some good AMS oil in it, good filters, good tires, take care of the undercoating and do the frame. But this thing's great. I just gotta get in it. Remote start, freaking awesome. I know a lot of you probably already have that, but this is really like my first vehicle with remote start. I love it. You just gotta make sure you remember to turn the heat on to where you want it before you turn it off, so that when you turn it on in the morning, it has the heat going. I wish there was a way that you could turn the heated seats on so it comes down with the remote start, but I mean, that's first world problems, whatever. I kind of wish there was like a physical button for the heater, because it can be kind of cumbersome. I'm talking about the seat heater, by the way. The cooled seats work pretty good too, but you gotta hit it, and it's not too bad to hit it. I mean, it's a touch screen or whatever. When you're sitting there driving, I feel like it'd be a lot easier to have like a button somewhere, like here, or like on the side or something like that. I know some of the trucks have them like that. And then if you don't quite want that aggressive of a temperature, like on your rear or back, you have to hit it again. There's 3 different levels, and like I said, while you're driving, it can be kind of cumbersome to hit this just right and touch something else, and you're mad because you went on a different screen or whatever. But first world problems. Everything works good in this truck though. Climate works good. Heats up real well. I guess this truck has that rapid heat feature. So apparently there's elements in the heating ducts, so that when the truck's cold or whatever, and you initially turn on the heat, it's like I guess like a hair dryer. There's elements in there, and it gets heat into your cab quicker. I guess I'll let you guys know later on this winter if it works real well. I haven't really had to use the heat that aggressively like that. But this truck, it runs good, it's comfortable, and it does everything I wanted to do and more. So that's about all I got for you guys on this truck. If there's stuff you guys want to see, let me know. I need to do a video like this on the Dodge, because since I've been back from Germany, I haven't done anything with the Dodge, and it's sad. So it's fall time here, as you can see. I've got some drone fall shots coming up. Got some little odds and ends videos coming up, so just hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and be on the lookout for more videos from me. I hope you guys take care.